Hey folks, I'm in beautiful Texas right now, and I'm with a real Texan, Byron Stinson, who's a team leader of an organization that does projects in the land of Israel called Boneh Israel. Now, one of those projects was to bring 5 red heifers, fully red heifers, to the land of Israel and to station them in Shiloh. It's a biblical thing. The Bible tells us about how the red heifer process gets rid of the defilement of death so that people could go up to the temple. But this was really, really, I'll have him explain it. It was a beautiful project. People got excited about it. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. It went worldwide. On my personal webpage, I had tens of thousands of people come in and be very curious about it, which I love because they're all looking in the Bible trying to figure out what this is about. And there's nothing better or stronger than to go to the Bible and find out information about it.
Okay, so it's a biblical project, and there's elements in Israel that I'm involved in, which are biblical elements like Shiloh, which teaches about this place where the tabernacle stood. Makes sense. People here in Texas, Bible-loving folks, love Israel. They love the Bible. So it's all good, okay? It's all beautiful, and nobody's going to get hurt. But it turns out that Hamas, through one of their spokesmen in an Arabic channel, mentioned that one of the reasons that they launched the October 7th attack on Israel was because of these 5 red heifers that made it to the land of Israel. Check out this CBS report about the red heifers and how they caused Hamas to launch the war.
In a recent speech, a Hamas spokesman blamed the Jews for bringing red cows to the Holy Land. The cows he's talking about at a secure, undisclosed location are these, red heifers, to be precise. Some Jews and Christians believe they're the key to rebuilding the historic Jewish temple in Jerusalem and to beckoning the Messiah. To understand, you have to go back nearly 2,000 years when the ancient Romans destroyed the last temple in the city. To rebuild it, these believers point to the Bible's book of Numbers. It commands the Israelites to sacrifice a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that has never been under a yoke. Only then can the temple rise again. Caring for them on an Israeli settlement in the West Bank is Yitzhak Mamo.
So we have here, after a long research, we find in Texas.
In Texas?
Texas, United States of America.
Texas Red Angus, flying them 7,000 miles to Israel.
This is not a publicity stunt.
What do you mean?
Meaning, this is something you take very seriously.
Harry Potter is a good story. The Bible is not story. The Bible is a way of God to lead us.
A massive altar already awaits, where the heifers are to be burned.
According to some believers, the ceremony needs to be performed right here on the Mount of Olives, looking directly into where the temple once stood.
Okay, Byron, you brought these heifers to the land of Israel. Did you foresee that they would have caused a war against Israel? Do you believe that, or is that an exaggeration? How do you make sense of it?
As a Christian, what we look at primarily are spiritual things, not so much the physical. However, I understood, because I've been going to Israel for so many years, the physical became very important to me, and I knew it was important to the ones that I love in Israel, my rabbis that I worked with in the stones and the rocks of Israel, and the actual land of Israel is so important. So I see this as a physical thing, and so I knew that a lot of the church would misunderstand it, because it's not
You're
spiritual.
talking to me about the church.
I know,
but I'm talking to you about Hamas.
I'm getting to Hamas. Come on, give me a minute. So what I did not think about, and now I understand, is that the Muslims also are like the Jewish people. They look at the physical things, and they understand these physical things really do have power. That when we physically have the temple in place, then it's going to bring power back to the Jewish people. It's going to be a symbol of coming back to a true kingdom that God said is going to come in the last days. There'll be a kingdom of peace that reigns from the Temple Mountain. And they know that. So it's a war against this Temple Mountain. And so I did not really understand that they were looking so carefully at the physical like the Jewish fathers of faith were. But they saw it.
They did indeed. I want to tell you that the red heifer symbolizes getting rid of the defilement of death, touching a dead body.
That's right.
And it brings therefore to eternity, to a connection with God, to holiness, to being able to giving the ability to enter the Temple Mount complex properly. And is therefore, to me, no surprise that Hamas and jihadism, which is something that by their own proclamations say that they embrace the energy of death, that they came out against what you were doing, which was a very holy endeavor.
Yeah, and they will always will try to do that until they finally see that life is better than death. And there's many in the Muslim world already want to see life come forward. So we got to connect to our Muslim friends and encourage them that these things are not about destroying. These things are about building up and making the world a place of peace, a place of unity, a place of love. It's not done in a matter of being angry or ugly to anybody. It's really meant to bring us together and make us one people.
That's right. And the temple is supposed to be a house of prayer for all nations. And the man who's the father of all nations is Abraham.
Amen.
And he brings us together. Byron Stinson, Boneh Israel, red heifers, a guy who inadvertently started a war towards a third temple in Jerusalem. Thank you so much.
All right. God bless you, brother.
God bless you.